Would you please explain about burying ceremonies, especially dakhme or Tower of Silence?
Mazdaism, that is a rational and moral religion, never interferes with detailed instructions in people's private lives. Instead, such issues are left with human wisdom and collective knowledge, that is the law. You cannot find any indication of Tower of Silence or burying ceremonies in the Gathas. As I said, people can deal with such issues using their collective knowledge. In line with the same philosophy, Zoroastrians in ancient Iran, where it was cold and frosty in a very long winter, in order to bury the dead body, had to dig the ground a few meters deep to let it decay because it was frozen up above near the surface of the ground. Later, influenced by the Magi traditions, they put the dead body at the dakhme or Tower of Silence to be devoured by birds because it was fast and clean. Later in history, Zoroastrians buried the dead bodies of their people, and now they also bury the bodies. Some of them cremate the bodies to prevent any harm to the environment. To sum up, we do not have a mention of burying ceremonies in Zoroaster's teachings or the Gathas, and Zoroastrians have destroyed the bodies with logical decisions they made for the time or place they lived in.
What is the reason for extreme conservativeness of Parsis and some Iranian Zoroastrians that does not allow others to convert to Mazdaism?
Several centuries ago, when the first group of Zoroastrians migrated from Iran to India, the governor of the island, Sanjan, prevented them from getting off their vessel upon arrival. As the delegation went to the governor, he gave them a glass of milk and said, "You see, this glass is full of milk. Our island, like this glass, does not have any space for you." The Zoroastrians added some sugar to the milk and promised to help the people have a sweet life with them. The governor appreciated their wit and let them stay, but on 3 conditions. 1. Zoroastrians must dress just like the local inhabitants and do not have the right to wear their national clothes. 2. They must pray only after sunset. 3. They have to refrain from propagating their religion. Zoroastrians accepted the conditions and acted accordingly. Therefore, this conservativeness remained in other generations. In Iran, it was even worse. Zoroastrians did not have the right to propagate their religion. Today, non-Muslims in Islamic countries do not still have the same right. This was the historic reason behind conservativeness of many Zoroastrians. However, we read in the Gathas,
"The wise man who propagates the true religion and makes people aware of the holy message, which leads them to perfection and immortality, shall enjoy the highest bliss. He shall no doubt enjoy Ahura's power too, the power which increases through Bahumanga, which is the pure mind." Yasna 31, verse 6.
Have the Gathas ever been manipulated?
With regard to existing evidence, today we have the same Gathas as they had at the time of the Achaemenians and Sasanians. The Zoroastrian Mubads have delivered the Gathas to us from one generation to the other. Since they have always considered the Gathas to be sacred, they have never dared to manipulate them. This is their biggest favor to the whole world. Therefore, I think the Gathas are the only section of the Avesta that has descended to us intact.
Did God choose Zoroaster? Or did he reach God through inspired contemplation?
Zoroaster, in his thoughts and referring to his wisdom, found God. There are features in his prophetic status that are compatible with wise thinking. Zoroaster was a thinker who reached fundamentals of Mazdaistic religion before he became a prophet. He realized that the essence of existence is unique knowledge and goodness that he called Ahura Mazda, meaning God of wisdom and soul, or life giver and omniscient. He realized Ahura Mazda is the creator, giver and keeper. He always realized that Ahura Mazda is the source of all existence, and there is no beginning and end to him. He is in everything and communicates with human through wisdom, morality, and his divine virtues.
What is Asha?
Asha is a conceptual term that does not have a single meaning in Persian language. Asha is the law of truth and justice. All righteous actions and reactions are compatible with Asha, or universal law. Asha indicates evolutionary dynamism, and words and deeds in line with Asha make the world advance and renew. Thus, the believers will be happy. Asha is the true nature of Zoroastrianism. It is the law of cause and effect that regulates the social and ethical order in creation. Asha is a natural as well as divine law. It is the inalterable eternal law. What the Gathas say is that the will of Ahura Mazda and Asha are the same. Asha is the manifestation of divine justice or divine will. This means you will receive the consequences of what you do. Certainly, Ahura Mazda has given us freedom of choice that enables us to independently choose our way after consulting our knowledge. We are warned that every single thought, word, or deed has its own consequences according to Asha. These consequences are not inevitable. However, the individual is free to choose. The Gathas inform us that there is no fatalism, as in Semitic religions, in the Mazdaism religion, and people who choose virtues will be happy, or ushta, and those who choose evil deeds will be unhappy and remorseful. You reap what you sow. Your fate is not predominated, but there are certain consequences for your actions. In Mazdaism, justice is defined as the rightful results of your actions that automatically come true owing to Asha. Mazdaism is, therefore, different from other religions in which the prophets intercede with God for people. Nobody can expect forgiveness through going to confession before a priest, repenting, or compensatory payment. Actions have their own good or bad consequences.
What do Ashu and Ashui mean?
Ashu is a person who is a follower of Asha, or righteousness and justice. Ashui means internal purity or virtue, and external purity or purity in the environment.
What do we have about the dignity of men and women?
In Gothic literature, we do not have distinct pronouns for men and women. This truly indicates the equality of men and women in Zoroastrian thoughts. Generally, men and women are both addressed everywhere in the Gathas.
How is the inheritance divided among the heirs in Mazdaism?
As I said, there is no difference between men and women, and they are equal in the Gathas, and such issues are left primarily to human wisdom, and then to collective knowledge or the law. In addition, custody of the children is fully awarded to the mother after their father's death, and vice versa.
How is social freedom in Mazdaism?
Zoroaster's thoughts give such a priority to human freedom that even worshipping Ahura Mazda is considered to be selective, and Ahura Mazda is the guardian